G'day folks and welcome back to the channel. It is absolutely baking outside today, so inside doing a bit of cooking, just wait for the heat to die down so I can get outside and get some things done. So I'm just cooking up a nice simple spaghetti bolognese. I do it in a really big batch because I freeze it up in a plastic bag, and that way I can bring it out when I need it. Because I live alone, you know, I don't need sort of great big servings. And this way I've prepared, I've got it sitting in the freezer, and I've just got to grab it out, warm the sauce up, cook a bit of spaghetti, and good to go for a meal. Alright, so I'll show you how I cook it. Off we go. Okay, so nice large pot, because as I said, it's a big batch that I make up. Alright, a couple tablespoons of olive oil, onions. That's about 5 medium to large onions, so a fair bit of onion in it, but I am putting in 2 kilos, so 4 pounds of meat. So there is a fair bit of meat going into it. Also at this stage I'm going to add in minced garlic. Now, anyone who's seen my cooking videos before knows I do like a lot of garlic. So I've got about 3 or 4 tablespoons there. And some more. Also at this stage I'm going to add in some dry oregano leaves. A couple of tablespoons of that. Now, any other sort of herbs and spices I'm not going to add at this stage because they will tend to burn. Alright, joys of filming. Someone gave me a call and I lost a little bit of footage there. One further thing I did add was some salt, just to stop the onion browning. Salt, when added to the onions that you're frying, stops them from browning up. So, as you can see, we're now cooked down and translucent. They will cook down a little bit more, and that's awesome, but I don't want to go much further because I'm going to end up burning the garlic. Alright, we're just going to add a bit of red wine to it, and that'll help take away that stickiness and that tendency to burn. So we're just deglazing the pan with the red wine. It cooks the alcohol off, so red wine is absolutely fine to use. There will be no alcohol left in the final product. If you really don't want to use red wine, you can use a stock or something like that. But I like the flavour that the red wine imparts to it. Alright, so now we've reduced the danger of burning. We can add in some paprika. About a tablespoon of that. Also at this stage I'm going to add in some tomato paste. Now tomato paste is great because it'll sweeten as it cooks up, and it helps to take away the acidity of the tomato. Because for this one, because I don't have any tomatoes in yet, everything's going to be using store-bought tin tomatoes and a passata that's store-bought. So it tends to be a little bit acid. You often find that when you go to someone's house and they give you spaghetti bolognese, it tends to have a bit of acidity to it. Tomato paste is a great way to cut down that acidity. Just gives that a quick pre-cook, and that will help to sweeten the flavour of it. Sun-dried tomatoes are another great way of having tomato which is less acid, because they tend to sweeten up when you sun-dry them. Okay, so now we've got that slurry. Just let that cook a little bit, and next we'll go in with the beef. Okay, that's had a bit of cooking. As you can see, the tomato paste does get a bit sticky on the bottom. So again, a wee bit more red wine or stock if that's what you prefer. And just loosen up the bottom and make sure nothing's stuck to it. Because it's a slow cook recipe, you want to make sure you're not got anything sticking before you go into that slow sort of cook. And as you add the red wine, you can smell the alcohol coming up off it. That is the first thing to evaporate out of any alcoholic liquid, is the alcohol, because the boiling point is a lot lower than it is for water. We're going to add in our first half kilo or pound of mince. Now traditionally you use a mixture of beef and pork for this. I just tend to use beef. Pork mince here in Australia is pretty expensive in comparison to the beef. Just chopping it all up as we go in. That's why I go piece by piece. Get it all broken down. Once that one's incorporated, we go in with the next one. And again, mix that down. Alright, from here I'm just going to let that cook down a little, and once it's cooked down a little, then I'll go in with the second couple of pounds or kilo. So we'll just let that cook down a little first, and then we'll be back soon. As you can see, that's cooked down a bit now, and now we're going to add in a secret ingredient of parents worldwide for adding veggies to their kids' meal: zucchini. Absolutely great for this. Bring some moisture in without adding sort of additional tin products. Carrot is another good addition. They're going to cook down, they're going to be indistinguishable in the final product, so the kids aren't going to know they're there, and you're going to add some vitamins and minerals into the food. Now we're going to add our third pound of meat in. And again, just incorporating it, chopping it up, making it so we don't have any big lumps of meat. Just find it much easier if I add it step by step, rather than going in all at once and then you've got a great mass of raw meat to deal with. This way the sauce helps you to break it up. And our final lot of meat. Next up, just gonna add some more liquid, some more tomato. So this is an Italian passata, or as the Americans would know it, just a tomato sauce that you can. Last but not least at this stage is some diced tomatoes. Okay, now's the time to season it to your taste, so any additional salt, any pepper you want to add, put that in, and then we're just going to cover it up, turn the heat down very low, and we will rejoin this in 3-4 hours time. So as I said, it's just heat down very low and just a very slow cook. Alright, see you in a couple hours. Alright folks, there we go. I did end up splitting it down into two just so I could stir it a little bit more easy. Didn't want it going over the side, so just split it down into 2 pots. And there we go, you can see that lovely texture of it. It's still got texture in there. The zucchini's pretty much melted away. Kids won't even see it in there. The onion's pretty much melted away. A little bit of tomato left, but that's all good. Alright, I'm gonna quickly put this, put them back together so I've got a pot free, make up some spaghetti noodles, and I will see you again very shortly. My beautiful plate from the absolutely gorgeous Dana. And me dropping spaghetti all over the place. Okay, and our wonderful spaghetti bolognese. Now, of course, this is a basic sort of starter. Now, from the bolognese, you can make your simple spaghetti bolognese. You can do a lasagna. You can do a zucchini boat. And I'll probably do a couple of those recipes. This is just your basic meat and tomato sauce. From here, you can expand it into anything you want. But, of course, the important thing is, how does it taste? Absolutely delicious. It's good the tomato paste has cut the acidity down. So you cannot taste the zucchini, and I defy any kid to find it in there. Alright, thank you very much everyone for watching. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you can see the recipes that I create from this one and continue the journey with me. Again, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.